Filipina tennis sensation Eala unwinds in paradise after a record-breaking season. After months of electrifying rallies, breathtaking comebacks, and history-making victories, Eala, the pride of the Philippines, finally did something she hadn't done all year: slow down. The tennis sensation had just completed her most extraordinary season to date, a season where every match felt like a chapter in a storybook, where every stroke carved her name deeper into the global stage. She rose in rankings, shattered expectations, and became the name on everyone's lips, from Manila to Melbourne, Tokyo to Toronto. But even legends need to exhale. And so, after her season-ending triumph, Alex boarded a plane, not to compete, not to train, not make an appearance, but to disappear for a while. What followed became a journey of serenity, rediscovery, and quiet transformation. Her destination? A hidden paradise far from the lights of stadiums. A place where time drifted gently, and the pressure of greatness melted into the sound of the sea. The escape to stillness. As the jet touched down in El Nido, Palawan, the tropical breeze carried a sweet blend of salt and sunlight. Alex stepped out wearing a simple white shirt, beach shorts, and a smile untouched by stress, something fans rarely got to see during tournaments. For months she had lived on clocks, match times, warm-up schedules, travel itineraries, media briefings. In Palawan, the only schedule she cared about was sunrise and sunset. Her villa sat atop a cliff overlooking turquoise water, so clear she could see the corals from her balcony. Palm trees swayed softly, like nature welcoming back one of its daughters. Alex dropped her bags, stepped barefoot onto the wooden deck, and whispered, "Finally, peace," rewinding the season in her mind. Though she was technically on vacation, her mind occasionally drifted back to the season that changed her life. She remembered the grueling training in Mallorca, the long flights, the nerves before stepping onto courts packed with thousands of fans chanting her name. She remembered the wins. Oh, the wins! Her first premier final, her breakthrough Grand Slam quarterfinal, her record-breaking performance in the Asian swing that captured headlines across the continent. But she also remembered the tears, those quiet, hidden moments in hotel rooms when the world felt too heavy, pressure too sharp, expectations too loud. People see the victories, she once said to her coach, but they don't always see the battles behind them. In Palawan, she allowed herself to revisit those moments, not with regret, but with gratitude. She had grown. She had endured. She had risen. Now she was here to recharge. A day in paradise. Alex's days in Palawan followed a rhythm of tranquility. Morning, the slow sunrise. She woke up at dawn, walked down to the shore, and let the cold water touch her feet. No cameras, no autograph lines, just her, the sea, and a quiet world waking up. Some mornings she practiced yoga on the sand. Other times she sat cross-legged, eyes closed, listening to nothing but the whisper of waves. Afternoon, adventures hidden in blue. Despite wanting rest, Alex was too naturally adventurous to stay still forever. She swam with sea turtles, kayaked through limestone cliffs, and explored hidden lagoons that looked untouched by time. Locals who recognized her tried to be discreet. They didn't want to disturb her, but their smiles were full of pride. "Salamat, Alex," they would say. "You make the Philippines shine." She always blushed, replying with humility, "I carry the flag everywhere I go." Evening, writing, resting, reflecting. At night she wrote in her journal, a habit she maintained even during tournaments. But here in paradise, her entries were different. Instead of analyzing her forehand or critiquing her performance, she wrote about colors, feelings, peace. She wrote, "Today, I remembered who I am without tennis. The ocean heals in ways trophies can't. I needed this rest more than I realized. The unseen pressure of greatness. The world often sees athletes as superheroes, strong, unstoppable, invincible. But Alex, despite her achievements, is still human. Her record-breaking season, while triumphant, was also exhausting. Every match carried weight. Every victory raised expectations. Every loss became a headline. During one quiet evening in Palawan, while watching the sun melt into the horizon, Alex admitted to herself, "I'm tired, not of tennis, never of tennis, but tired of being perfect. The ocean didn't judge. It didn't ask her to win. It simply embraced her with the rhythm of waves hitting the shore. For the first time in a year, she allowed herself to simply breathe. A surprise visit. 3 days into her retreat, Alex got an unexpected message from her mother. Guess who's coming tomorrow? Alex was confused until she saw her father walking toward her villa the next morning, carrying fresh mangoes from Manila. "Anik," he called out. Alex sprinted to him, laughing like she was 10 years old again. Her father joined her for 3 days, swimming, eating grilled seafood by the water, and talking about everything except tennis. At night, they lay on the deck looking at the stars. Her father turned to her and said, "You made us proud, but you don't need to carry the world alone. You can rest." Alex didn't expect to cry, but she did, because she needed to hear that. Rediscovering happiness. On the 5th day, Alex woke up feeling lighter, like the island had peeled away layers of tension she didn't even know she was carrying. She realized that happiness wasn't just a thrill of victory or the adrenaline of competition. Happiness was quiet mornings with no alarms, floating on crystal clear water, eating fresh mangoes with family, running barefoot on warm sand, feeling the sun without feeling the pressure. It was in the silence, too, the kind she couldn't find in stadiums. Locals who saw a hero, not a superstar. One afternoon, a group of local children accidentally recognized her while she was walking along the beach. Instead of crowding her, they waved shyly. "Miss Alex, Idopanaminko," one girl said softly. Alex smiled and sat with them on the sand. She didn't talk about trophies. She asked about school, dreams, and life on the island. When the children asked for a selfie, she agreed, returning to greatness. The next morning, Alex boarded her flight wearing a relaxed smile, sun-kissed skin, glowing energy, and a renewed fire in her eyes. Her season-ending break had done exactly what she hoped. She rested. She healed. She rediscovered joy. And now, she was ready to begin again. When the plane lifted off, she took one last glance at the paradise below and thought, "The world hasn't seen my best yet." And she meant it. Epilogue, the spark that never fades. As fans awaited her next tournament appearance, one thing became clear. This wasn't just a story of a tennis star on vacation. It was a story of a young woman finding balance, strength, clarity, and happiness. Alex Eala's record-breaking season proved her power, but her peaceful days in paradise proved her humanity. And when these two parts of her came together, strength and softness, ambition and peace, she became unstoppable. The world's courts would soon see a new version of her. Not tired, not pressured, but reborn, because even warriors need rest. And in the heart of Palawan's paradise, Alex Eala found hers. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, and share. Till next time.